right, here we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my page. My name is Meliss-Ep. I'm an online marketing strategist and Facebook ad expert to health and life coaches and healers. I help you guys scale your business in 90 days or less, make more money, fill your group programs. Let's check and see that we are live. We are awesome. So I'm really excited to come in here today to talk to you about something that happens to all entrepreneurs, imposter syndrome. Dun, dun, dun. Say hello when you pop in. Make sure you say hi. And I think there is a delay, so I will check the comments from my phone, but I'm glad you guys are here. I see that you are watching. Welcome. So here's the thing with imposter syndrome. First of all, let's explain what it is. And just know that if you've ever experienced it, you are not alone. Imposter syndrome is when you believe that you're not good enough, that you are an imposter in what you're teaching, what you're doing in your business, you're moving along in your business. Maybe things are going great and then things don't go as great. And you do this spiral, in that negative spiral. Oh, no one's buying my stuff. My stuff must not be good. Maybe I'm not really as great as I think I am. All these things are imposter syndrome worthy. And it happens to all entrepreneurs of every single level, every stage in their business, which is a good thing to know. It's a good thing to know that if you're just starting out and you feel that way, it's natural. If you've been in business 2, 3, 4 years, it's natural. And even multi-million-dollar businesses still experience this emotional feeling of imposter syndrome. And the reason why we get it is usually because we are either burnt out or we are comparing ourselves to other entrepreneurs, usually entrepreneurs who we have no business comparing ourselves to. Now, there is that argument that we should never compare ourselves to other entrepreneurs, just compare yourself to yourself. And I do agree with that. But a lot of times when you're comparing yourself to other entrepreneurs, it's either someone from a different industry or someone in the same industry who's several steps ahead of you where you are. I give this example in my class all the time that I've been a folk dancer for over 30 years. And when somebody comes to my dance session for the very first time and they say, oh my gosh, how can we dance like you? I'm never going to dance like you. I say, stop comparing my 30-year mark to your first day walking in the door. So that's usually why imposter syndrome happens. Sometimes it happens from burnout. You're just working and you don't see the results, and there are results, but sometimes you need that outside perspective, whether it's a friend, a loved one, or even a coach to come in and say, look how far you've come. You've come so far. So give yourself the credit where it deserves. Take those wins and celebrate them the whole way through, because it's bound to happen. Imposter syndrome is bound to happen. And you might recognize this when you're a guest speaker in somebody's live in their Facebook group, or you're on a telesummit, or you're being interviewed on a podcast for somebody else. And you realize, like, why am I the one talking about this? There are so many people that talk about this more than I do. They've been doing this longer than I have. And you start questioning your own ability. That is imposter syndrome. Thanks for watching, guys. I see you. Give some love. Let me know that you're here. So now that you know what it is, how do you deal with it? How do you take care of imposter syndrome? Let me know in the comments if you've ever experienced imposter syndrome before, and if you have, how you have taken care of it. Oh, I have comments. See, I just don't see them. Roberta's here. Hello. Diane is here. Oh, it's Dee. Hey, nice to see you. Aaron, nice to see you guys. Awesome. You're all popping on. So imposter syndrome happens to everybody, every entrepreneur across every industry, no matter how new or seasoned they are in the business. It is natural, and it's okay. It's okay that it happens, but it's good to know that it happens so that you understand that it's happening, and then you can change it or make some tweaks in your mindset so that it doesn't take you down and destroy you, which it can. If you think that you have imposter syndrome and you don't do anything to change that, you are going to go down this downward spiral of negativity, and maybe I'm not doing the right thing, and second guessing yourself, and it's a big problem. Hey, Cynthia. Aaron says, I totally felt this way after being a guest on a summit. Yes, this is usually when the feeling comes, either right before something big that you have to prepare for, like a presentation, or when you're sitting there and they're looking to you like you're the expert and you're like, What did I do? Am I really the expert? How did I lead everyone to believing that I'm the expert? And that's when you're second guessing yourself. But you wouldn't be invited to the podcast or the summit if you didn't have something valuable to say. And what you have to say and where you are in your entrepreneurial journey is going to help someone who's just a few steps behind you. That's why it's important we all have coaches. I have a coach who's 5 steps ahead of me, and I'm coaching people who are 5 steps behind me. And that's the way that it works. So show up as yourself and do your best work. And as you get more into being an entrepreneur and your business grows, this feeling will still come up, but just remember the time that it happened before and how you overcame it, and just know that it's natural. So everyone gets it. Now, how do we deal with it? I have 3 tips for you, 3 surefire ways to kick that imposter syndrome to the curb. And the first one is that you can give your brain some evidence of the facts, what really is going on around you. So let's think of the sentence like this: I've helped X many people with Y. So for me, I'm an online marketing strategist, and I could say I've helped hundreds of people with their online marketing strategy, or I've helped several people of my students make thousands and thousands of dollars every month. And I want you to apply this to your industry. What have you done, and what success have you seen for you or your clients, or even those around you if you haven't even gotten to the point in your business where you're exchanging money yet? Anytime that you've done something that has helped somebody else, that is a small win that you should celebrate. So give your brain the evidence of the facts. I've helped X many people with Y. Or you could do an affirmation and you could say, I can do this affirmation. So if you're struggling with something like helping your clients reach some sort of milestone or success, then the affirmation would be something to negate that, which is, I can help this many people do or change this thing or reach this result. So the facts are what your brain logically needs to hear to kick that imposter syndrome to the curb. Hey, Michelle, nice to see you. Hey, Mary, hi. Okay, second thing is to find a mentor. So if you are truly stuck in imposter syndrome and you can't get yourself out of it, then you can't get yourself out of it. Somebody else has to push you in the right direction. And that's with a mentor, a coach, a therapist, a good friend who's been there before, someone who has done it, who's been through it, and can show you the way. That's the importance of a mentor. And in business, it's very, very important to have a mentor, not just for the mindset piece, which is truly very important, not just for the imposter syndrome or things like that, but also when you get stuck in the practical stuff, in the strategy and the planning, and of course, in the implementation and action. So very important to find a mentor. Hi, Mary. Erin says, I'm an affirmation girl all the way. Yes, me too. Every mirror, every whiteboard, every journal, every piece of paper has an affirmation somewhere. And I read affirmations to myself every single morning when I sit down right before I work. Before I even get started on my first email, it is affirmations all the way. Okay, so number 1 is give your brain evidence of the facts, either with affirmations or with a statement that tells yourself what you have accomplished. Number 2 is to find a mentor or a coach who can push you in the right direction and help you get out of your negative mindset cycle. Hey, Shajala, nice to see you. Thanks for the love. And number 3 is to take action. And this is interesting because it's something that you hear all the time, especially from me, but also from others. Take action, take action, take action. But what does that really mean? When you are stuck in imposter syndrome and you think like maybe you're a fraud and you're trying to fool everyone that you're good at what you do, if you stop there and you don't take action, you have stunted your growth. You have stopped your ability to move forward, to make changes that need to be tweaked along the way. All of the stuff that comes from overcoming an obstacle happens after you overcome the obstacle. So you get to the obstacle and you can either quit or you can work really hard and push through it. And so that action, even though you feel like imposter syndrome, inaction, blinders in the headlights, like a deer in headlights, it's the opposite of taking action. So by forcing yourself to take action, you are breaking the cycle. You are pushing through that barrier, and then eventually that feeling is going to go away. Because what happens when you take action? More and more things that are great come to you. More opportunities come to you. Imagine posting content once a week instead of every day. Things aren't going to happen, right? Things aren't going to happen quickly. People aren't going to see your stuff. People aren't going to see you as the expert and know to go to you because it's just not there. So now you feel like, no one sees my stuff. No one cares about what I have to say. No one's commenting on my stuff. I feel like an imposter. But really, the problem's you. The problem is you. They can't see your stuff because you're not posting stuff. So you take action. You know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to write content for the whole week and I'm going to post it consistently. And even though you say that and you plan it, and that's the feeling that you're having, the imposter syndrome, while you're sitting and planning it, that next step, that action is what's going to overcome the imposter syndrome because you're actually doing it. And then what happens? You post consistently every day. People see your stuff. People reach out to you and engage with you. And voila, you're not an imposter after all. People do care about what you have to say. So it's like a mental game with yourself. Hey, Curfy, nice to see you. Miri, how are you, dear? Come to Earth and be my mentor. I miss you, Miri. I miss you. I was on your live the other day. We should chat in Messenger. So 3 surefire ways to kick imposter syndrome. Number 1 is give your brain the evidence. I've helped X many people with Y, or just taking that negative statement you hear again and again in your brain and flipping it to an affirmation that you repeat all the time and see everywhere you go. Write it down wherever you go. Number 2, find a mentor or a coach, someone who's been there before, who's gone through this before and can guide you through it. It's a great way to go through really every part of your life is to have a mentor, because why go through it yourself, trial and error yourself, waste time and energy when someone's done it before you and they can get you to skip the line, fast pass to action, which is number 3, taking action. This is how you overcome imposter syndrome. I'd love to hear about your spouts of imposter syndrome and how you overcame it. Just so you know, this happens to me quite often, sometimes in a cycle every couple months. And I'm like, what am I doing? Am I really the expert in marketing? What is happening? I don't know what it is. It's a mental thing that you got to overcome, which is why it's really important to work on your mindset every single day without fail, and surround yourself with people who support you. And if you don't have someone in your life who supports you, there are tons of Facebook groups filled with people, entrepreneurs who are ready to jump in and support you and need your support back. So keep the love going. Stay in the community. Hey, Michael. Hey, John. Nice to see you guys. And be active in the community because you're going to find a lot of good friends. What is that saying? It's like there's no friends like the Facebook friends that support you 100% that you've never met. D, I'm the poster child for this. Yeah. And you know what, D? If that happens to you very, very often, action is the way to go. Like, just take the action. It's like when you're scared to do something and you do it anyway, that's where the beauty and the excitement comes. It's stepping out of your comfort zone. When you stay in your comfort zone, you're stuck and there's nowhere else for you to go. But if you jump out, now you've got this whole world of opportunity and possibility that you didn't even notice before. You're welcome. Somebody said, it may be Brene Brown, I'm not sure, but she said, if you're standing looking at the ground, all you see is down. That's all you see until someone says, hey, look up. And then you look up and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so much here. It's the same thing. And someone sometimes just has to say, hey, look outside of your box. All this is happening. Look outside of your comfort zone. So just get someone to push you out of imposter syndrome if you can't do it yourself. But there's no reason for you to be stuck there in imposter syndrome. Every single one of you has value to bring to the table. You have skill set, you have life experience, you have your little flair, your little spin on things that makes you unique. And even though there's hundreds of people that do what you do in your industry, there is still a reason to have you. And all of the clients and your tribe, they're going to be flocking to you, are coming to you because of you, because of what you bring to the table. So don't get stuck in imposter syndrome. And as soon as you get stuck there, get out of there fast, because it's not a healthy place to be. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like you're in alignment with your God-given gifts that you can offer to your clients. But you are growing, and this is a part of the process. So take it as part of the process and use it as fuel to take action, even imperfect action. It's better to take imperfect action than to take inaction. I hope this helps. Hey, Chloe, nice to see you. Hey, Yoram, nice to see you. Diane, Fake it till you make it. There you go. That helps. That really does help sometimes in many situations in life. All right. I will see you next time. I hope this was helpful. And if you are interested in learning more about how to kick imposter syndrome, send me a personal message and let's talk about it. Okay. I'll see you soon. Bye.